Welcome back to The Price of Business. I am your host, Kevin Price. Already in the final segment, and we have a great one for you. We have Sherry Goins with us, and she's a video editor extraordinaire. She has a great company, and she's a solopreneur. Not really a solopreneur. You actually work with a team of people, and you're involved in everything from corporate video productions to movies, including feature films. So talk a little bit about that, and welcome to The Price of Business.
Well, thank you so much for having me on. First of all, you're correct. I do work with a small team. I am also could be considered a solopreneur, but I also do outsource to other professionals when I need it. I know pretty much all the filmmakers here in Houston, and I have edited pretty much every type of video, ranging from music videos to short films to industrial videos, and I'm even finishing up editing a feature film right now called Kings Up.
Kings Up, yeah, and you talked to me a little bit about that when we had coffee earlier in the week. Interesting stuff. Editingcreations.com.
Yes, editingcreations.com.
So when you look at, first of all, you studied film. That's what you did in college, correct?
Yes, I have a Bachelor's of Arts from the College of Santa Fe. It's now called the Santa Fe University of Art and Design, but my bachelor's is from the Moving Image Arts.
Okay, and so, when you went into this, obviously you had, great ambition as to what you were going to do, great enthusiasm, typical artist, I'm sure. And so how has it been? How's it been? It sounds like your timing of graduation probably was fairly close to total economic pandemonium breaking out. So how have things progressed for you?
Yeah, it's been a really interesting ride, and you're right, it was very unusual timing. And of course, nobody saw it coming, or
Nobody.
at least...
Well,
yeah,
actually, some of them should have, but
some economists, but not a new grad, and it's something that I think new graduates are struggling with also. And so, starting a business wasn't really ever part of my plan, but is just where my life took me. And I really do enjoy owning a business because I enjoy learning about it. And the thing about business is that there's so many different facets of it, and you are constantly having to update and improve everything. And so it's a lot of learning, and I really enjoy it.
Yeah. I actually began warning about it in 2006 on the radio. I started warning about it because, to me, I knew too many people in business who knew about the housing bubble and how that was going to have a huge ripple effect. But vast majority of people had no idea, and when it came, it was an absolute shock to them. And, there really was not much surprise. The economics were driving it that way. So tell me, what would be a typical business client for you?
Well, as far as businesses go, my business clients have ranged everywhere from audition-type videos for professional speaking companies, as well as some small commercials or videos where it goes through and tells their clients what exactly it is they do. Okay. So a lot of times business videos can range anywhere from commercials to interviews with the CEO or other employees.
Mm-hmm. And what would you say has been the biggest surprise, if you will, since you've begun to do this business, as far as your business has gone and developed?
That's a tough one. The biggest surprise is it's been really interesting to see just how the technology is changing, because video is everything and everywhere nowadays. I mean, YouTube gets 1 billion clicks a day. If you don't have a video for your company, then you might as well be a dinosaur. And if you don't get one soon, you're going to be extinct, frankly, because video is so important. I mean, it's on people's cell phones, it's on the TV, it's on the web. Most people don't even use their TV for actual TV purposes anymore. They just go.
I don't.
Exactly.
I don't.
Exactly.
Yeah, actually, it's an aquarium. No. It's not quite there yet, but yeah, it's for my Netflix. That's what I use it for.
Exactly.
So it's really for the internet, to be perfectly frank, is what
and
it's
video
for.
Can reach out and grab audiences in a way that I think is much harder to do in any other way. There's a way to connect with your audience. It automatically grabs their attention more than print advertising or anything else like that. Also, it can convey trust, because if they can actually see the people talking, then they actually have a better chance of reading somebody, and that way they can tell whether or not somebody's lying or if they're sure of what they're saying, and it can build up that trust between a customer and a business much easier.
So it's safe to say that video is where websites were about 10 years ago in terms of, it was at, 15 years ago, it was like, wow, you have a website? There's a certain shock and awe that surrounded that. But by 2001, 2002, everyone had a web presence, or they really were struggling with relevance. And I know some business owners that still don't have websites. It's shocking to me.
Exactly.
But we're getting to the point where, to me, it has been a necessity now for over a decade to have a website. You feel like we're right around the corner for video?
Absolutely, especially since video can be used for optimization and can help drive visitors to that website. It really goes in hand with a website. If you're going to bother having a website, then you need to bother having a video.
Yeah, half of all Google searches are specifically for video, according to the most recent statistics. So, I mean, as you pointed out, everything is changing, and the role of everything has changed. And TV is the one, your computer is the one thing that can do what all other media can do combined.
Yes.
You've got your video, you've got audio, pure audio, you've got articles, and that's a very powerful tool. So whatever you're doing in creative production, you better have the computer in mind.
Absolutely.
So that's interesting. So in 2011, right now, just take a minute about your film. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, my feature film?
Uh-huh.
Well...
And you're the video editor for that.
Yes, that's correct. I am the editor. It is a feature-length film. Right now, we're topping out. I think we're a little over 2 hours. We are shooting for 2-hour time frame. It is about a poker player who is trying to get into the World Series of Poker, and then she has a tragedy in her life, and then she has to go back and reevaluate and prioritize her life and figure out what's really more important. It is a local Houston-based film and was shot primarily in Sugar Land by Gene Odom.
Gene Odom.
Yes.
Good. Very good. Again, the company is called editingcreations.com. You can check it out there. You've got some samples of your work where people can learn more about it. And by the way, you are heavily into networking. You indicated that to me. What are some of the networking groups you work with?
Well, I am a member of lots of different networking events. One of my favorites actually is the Houston Young Professionals, HYP. And I find that there's a very wide, diverse group of people that go there. It's a young professional, so everybody there is generally below the age of 40, 35, and there's people there, a lot of professionals who are working for big companies as well as some small entrepreneurs. There's also lots of good mixers and networking events that you can find through meetup.com, which is a great resource for anybody in search of anything to do at any point of the day.
Sherry Goins, I appreciate you being with us again. Editingcreations.com. Thanks for spending time with us here on Friday.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I hope everyone out there has a great weekend, great rest of your weekend, and that you spend it right here on this station.
You've been listening to The Price of Business with Kevin Price, a production of Salem Communications Houston. Be sure to tune in next time for more fabulous insight from Kevin Price. And remember, folks, get your politicians nade or sputers.